Hey guys, I'm here with another Wi-Fi battle, and this is a UU match against poopzy13 for the Flaming Spades tournament. And let's get started. So he goes into Moltres as I go for Macargo, and Macargo's a pretty good lead for any battle. And I go straight for the Stealth Rocks. So now I switch, predicted him to go into Stealth Rocks or Rapid Spin, and I was right. So I go into Absol, which has my Sash. So if he did set up Stealth Rocks, I would have my sash still. So I go for Swords Dance, predicting him to switch, and he goes into Pincer, and now he chooses to attack, and I go for Sucker Punch, and that will definitely take down the Pincer. I think this Pincer was scarfed. I'm not sure, it might have not been, but that's what mostly Pincers have. So now he's gonna pressure stall me, and I thought he was gonna be a toxic stalling Moltres or a stalling Moltres of some sort. Instead, he's a special attacking Moltres, and it takes down my Absol. And I wasn't thinking straight right here, so I switch into Kabutops to trying to scare him off. But I go for Swords Dance right here, and I wasn't thinking right, and he had the hidden power Grass. So this is an offensive Moltres. So going to Grumpig, my special wall, and I go for substitute on the switch, predicting him to switch, of course. And now I go for Calm Mind, so now he can't break my sub with one Shadow Ball. And I get more leftovers recovery, and I go for another Calm Mind until he can break my sub. And he breaks my sub this turn. So I'm hoping right now for a sweep with Grumpig. And Grumpig usually doesn't do very much in other battles, but I switched the EVs around on this Grumpig and it's working pretty good. So I predict him to switch right now, so I go for another substitute. And he goes into Clefable. I could have gone for another Calm Mind right here, but I know Clefables have Encore, so I went straight for a Psychic. And it does around 1/3, because Clefable is a pretty bulky Pokemon. And yeah, he did go for Encore, and now I'm locked into Psychic. So I just keep on going for Psychic until he can break my sub. And there's nothing else that can take the Psychic. So he just needed to break my sub. So he pretty much let Clefable be death fodder. And yeah, I go for another Psychic, and now that will take down the Clefable. So yeah, things are looking pretty good. I don't have my sub up, but I do have 2 Calm Minds up. So now he goes into Azumarill, and I go straight for Psychic again because I'm locked. And that will do more than half. And now he goes for Waterfall. I don't know what this Azumarill had. I'm thinking it was Choice Banded, but I don't know if my Grumpy could have taken Choice Banded one. But apparently it takes whatever it had. So yeah, I thought he was gonna go for an Aqua Jet here, but instead he switches at thinking he's banded, and Grumpig took it pretty well. So you just go for straight for Psychic to put damage on anything that comes my way, and instead he goes for a Claydol. I probably should have went for a Signal Beam, but you know, it didn't work out. So yeah, I go for a Signal Beam here. I know Grumpy's gonna die this turn. And Signal Beam does a huge chunk to Claydol, and I think this Claydol is a special wall, like most Claydols. And the Shadow Ball will take down the Grumpy. So right here, go for Dragon Pulse, and this Altaria set is pretty cool to me. It's choice specs Alteria set. It's a lot like the Salamence, and it's pretty unique. I like it. And now he goes straight into Medicham, and I predict the Ice Punch, so I go back into my cargo. And I was right. And now, because of my Flame Body, his Medicham is now burned, so that cuts his attack in half. And yeah, so my cargo, I'm pretty glad I brought this on this team. And this team, I don't think it hasn't lost yet. I don't like using it too much, but I really like this team though. Yeah, I go for Stealth Rock, so whenever Moltres comes in later in the game, it will take a lot of Stealth Rock damage. So he goes for a Brick Break, and that does a huge chunk. I thought I could live another one, so right here I went for Recover, and I don't live, so yeah, that's sad for me. So he takes more Life Orb damage and burn. So I go into the trio. Now he is locked in here. He can't switch. So I'll go for a Sucker Punch, and that will take down Medicham. So things are looking pretty good. I have a Duck Trio with Arena Trap. And now he goes into Azumarill. And I predict the Aqua Jet, but I'm locked into Sucker Punch because this is a Choice Bandit Duck Trio. And now they'll take down Azumarill easily. And at this point, I thought for sure I was gonna win. Right here, like for sure chance. But this Moltres has a pressure, and he has Roost, so my Sucker Punch fails. I thought for sure I would win at this point. And yeah, this spoilers, but you never know what happens to the end, right? So yeah, go into Altaria because I know this thing's he has Fire Blast, Air Slash, and Hidden Power Grass, which doesn't do anything to Altaria. But he goes for another roost, so I knew his switching out to Altaria was a pretty good move. So we go into Altaria. I take the Air Slash like a champ, and that does more than half. I was hoping for not to flinch, and I was hoping Draco Meteor to make it this turn. And this is a Specs Draco Meteor from Altaria, and that will definitely take down the Moltres. So great game, poopzy13. I really enjoyed this match. This was pretty good for you.